VZMD, the Pan-Slovenian Shareholders Association, after last year's participation, was again actively involved at two of the major investors' fairs which took place in Ljubljana. The 17th Financial Convention, Kapital 2011, and the 6th Slovene Capital Market Day, organized by the Ljubljana Stock Exchange, which took place on the 20th and simultaneously on the 21st of April at the Exhibition and Convention Center and at the Hotel Mons. At the conventions, VZMD again presented its diverse range of activities, which highlighted its Investo.si program. The program was established and launched in May of 2008 before the first three-day International Investo.si Investors Conference in Slovenia as a key source of information for the investment possibilities and advantages, as well as business activities in Slovenia, Central and Southeastern Europe. The program connects foreign investors with the domestic business environment and companies, while also providing relevant information on investment opportunities via its website. Through the Investo.si program, companies have the opportunity to be represented and promoted through company presentations and promotional materials at numerous European and international conventions and meetings of foreign investors and shareholders, as well as having direct contact with representatives of the European Association of Shareholders, the European and World Federation of Investors, and individual affiliated national investors associations. In the last months, the Investo.si program actively participated at the largest European stock market investment convention in Paris, at the 7th International Investors Conference in Wiesbaden, at the Euroshareholders General Meeting in Istanbul, at the launch of the Eurovote project in Brussels, at the conference introducing the OECD Economic Survey of Slovenia, and at the British Chamber of Commerce of Slovenia's roundtable with the Speaker of the House of Commons, just to name a few of the events. In the following months, Investo.si plans to represent Slovenian companies at the International Investors Conference in Beirut, at the World Federation of Investors Corporations annual meeting in Warsaw, at the Euroshareholders meeting in Den Haag, and at the OECD 50th Annual Forum in Paris. In collaboration with the activities of the Investo.si program, the Secretary General of Euroshareholders and the Managing Director of EuroInvestors, Mr. Guillaume Prash, also joined the festivities of both conventions in Ljubljana. The honorable guest, by invitation of the VZMD President, remained in Slovenia for 2 days. During his stay, he visited both the investors' conventions and VZMD's promotional counters, where he met numerous fascinated shareholders, investors, economists, journalists, partook at the official opening ceremony of Kapital 2011 with the Minister of Finance for the Republic of Slovenia, Dr. France Križanić, and also lectured with Mr. Kristijan Verbič on the topic of exercising the interests and rights of shareholders and individual investors.
I'm also pleased to be here today to be able to tell you that Slovenia has another very precious advantage throughout Europe and that you should protect and nurture and develop is the number of small and individual shareholders you have. We need to be very careful that the small Slovenian shareholders' rights are protected and they have the same rights as the bigger ones.
Mr. Prash also met with several chief executive officers and visited Mercator's headquarters, where he conferred about the current problematic of the selling of the majority stake of the company, especially from the point of view of the value for the shareholder and the ongoing perspective of one of the most important Slovenian companies. The position and initiative of Mercator's management board, which VZMD already backed, was immediately afterwards supported by Mr. Prash in a VZMD's film clip and in the official press release from the European Association of Shareholders, Euroshareholders.
We fully and will publicly support this sale of more than 50% of shares because we believe that is really the interest of the small shareholders. And I think it is also a unique opportunity not only for Mercator small shareholders, for all Slovenian individual shareholders and for Mercator itself, but beyond for Slovenia to show that it is adopting best practices and best standards for corporate governance, for for the protection of minority shareholder rights.
Furthermore, the honorable guest reviewed with the management board the advantages and opportunities of the Eurovote project, a project that Mercator, after last year's trial period, will this year again actively participate in, along with over 50 of the most affluent, reputable stock companies throughout the European Union, to which other pertinent Slovenian stock companies can also join till the end of May via the Eurovote project. This indeed leads to important opportunities for the further recognition and promotion of Slovenian stock companies throughout Europe and internationally, while also broadening foreign investments on the Slovenian capital market. VZMD is also very pleased with the special status for the Eurovote project that they established for Slovenian companies that are not included in the Eurostoxx 50. In addition, VZMD is satisfied that they have advanced the current procedure for collecting proxies and informing shareholders through the Eurovote system, which besides supporting foreign investors who have shares in Slovenian stock, also supports Slovenian investors who invest in European countries, and in the broader sense, wherever VZMD has established appropriate context, especially through its sister associations.
But you, as an individual shareholder, what can you do? First, I would say that you should join a defense association, a shareholder association, because united you will be stronger. And again, as I said, in case, and this kind of association who have, expert and professional people like Christian, they can dig into these problems and see if there is, for example, a case for action.
VZMD is extremely satisfied with the official as well as affable business visit of the honorable guest at both of the significant Slovenian investors conventions, at the meetings of the chief executive officers of some of the most reputable companies, and last but not least, at the always jovial VZMD headquarters based in the center of Ljubljana. VZMD is also pleased that although Mr. Praš's schedule was very demanding, with numerous obligations and responsibilities, we found a little bit of time for unplanned meetings, informal talk, and an impressive city tour which comprised of many of Ljubljana's beautiful sights and monuments. As host, VZMD is sincerely honored with receiving many thanks, compliments, and confirmations that Slovenia, its investment and economic environment, including the tourism, logistics, and its congressional potential, certainly gained a new dependable friend and a prominent spokesperson in influential international circles and associations.